Texas school districts are spending hundreds of millions of dollars without board approval. And has the state made it easier to do more of it? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow. Here's a question Houstonians should be asking. If your school district spent $870 million without board approval, would you call that efficiency or a governance failure? It's not a hypothetical. HISD did this before, and it's not even just Houston, it's districts across the state. But HISD's administration greenlit roughly $870 million in spending over 16 months without getting board approval. It's about 130 purchase agreements, all routed through cooperative purchasing processes that skip competitive bidding. These were never brought to the state-appointed board of managers for their monthly sign-off, and that's a step designed to provide oversight and transparency and involve the public. Just didn't happen. Now, here's the thing. This isn't a crime yet. Nobody's been charged yet. Nobody's even been disciplined. But Superintendent Mike Miles said the district's internal auditor reviewed every one of these purchase agreements and found no legal violations. But bypassing your own policy 130 times isn't really a technicality. Why does a policy exist to begin with? During this 16-month period, HISD was approving about $55 million per month in cooperative purchase agreements. Before that, about $30 million per month, so nearly double zero oversight from board or the public. But Houston isn't the only Texas district with these questions. So Dallas ISD faced long-standing allegations of waste and potential fraud in capital improvement and procurement, and a former internal auditor was suing the district under whistleblower laws, claiming she was fired for flagging financial mismanagement. Similarly, Bowman ISD state takeover in 2014 followed an administrator embezzlement of a $388 million bond. Fort Worth ISD was taken over by the state in October, the 11th such district takeover since 2000, and South San Antonio ISD was seized by the TA as well over governance failures. It's happening all over the place and has happened. Meanwhile, the 89th legislature passed a bill that raised the competitive procurement threshold from $50,000 to $100,000. So districts can spend up to $100,000 on a single purchase without soliciting competitive bids, despite them knowing all of the issues going on across the state. The federal government followed suit. It was just announced a new micro purchase threshold that's $15,000 that used to be $10,000, and a simplified acquisition threshold that went from $250,000 to $350,000. More spending flexibility with less required oversight at a time when evidence says we need more oversight. Ironic. The irony in Houston is real, though. HISD results are showing improvement dramatically. 0 F-rated schools for the first time in memory, 74% earning an A or B rating, up from 35%. Genuine achievement. But the institutional trust question remains. Do good results justify poor governance? One board trustee said that accountability means fixing what's broken and keeping the community informed. And elected trustees who have no power during the state takeover are watching closely. One of them called for restored community trust and increased transparency. Yes, that's what we need. This matters because HISD is supposed to be modeling good governance to get out of the state takeover. The TA commissioner even called it the best state takeover in the United States history. And one of the 3 exit criteria is better board governance. And I don't think that spending $870 million without board approval is better board governance. And if you think this is just a Houston story, remember, it's not. Texas currently controls, I think, 5 school districts throughout state takeovers. 4 others were taken over, and 4 of these eventually closed entirely after regaining local control. The state's own track record is a little unclear about this, and we don't know what the future holds for some of these districts. But the 3 things to track. HISD's financial reports due to the TA by February 27th. These annual audits will be the first run through TA's new Audit 2.0 system, and they'll show whether procurement practices have actually changed. Second, watch whether other large districts, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, face similar cooperative purchase reviews now that the threshold is higher. And third, the bigger question is, what are the state going to do for these districts that are pursuing these things? Instead of letting them get a higher threshold and spending more without board approval, maybe they should be clamping down on those issues. It's time for people to start paying attention to the boards that we least pay attention to. It might be the most important elected body in our ecosystem, yet we're ignoring it. It's time to stop ignoring it. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Texas Tomorrow. Please like, share, comment, let us know what's going on in your neighborhood because we'd love to talk about it.